Good morning, everybody. Matt Moda here with OddsJam. Welcome to another YouTube video on my channel. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is giving you the best MLB bets for today, Saturday, April 8th. So, of course, hopped on OddsJam, hopped on the positive EV page, as well as a bunch of other tools, locked in 4 mathematically profitable bets for you guys today. I have 2 full game totals that we are taking. I have 1 money line play and I have 1 SGP as well. 4 plays total. Absolutely love all 4 of these bets. So let's get right into it. The first play that we're going to go ahead and lock in here is the over 10.5 total runs in the Padres versus Braves game. This is at plus 176 odds at FanDuel. Now, I will say right off the bat, I am laddering the total in this game. I'm taking the over 10.5 at plus 176, and I'm taking the over 9.5 at plus 130. What I'm doing is I'm putting 3/4 of a unit on the over 9.5 at plus 130 odds, and I'm putting half a unit on the over 10.5 at plus 176. Now, if you're watching this and you don't want to risk having 2 bets on the total going over, then the strategy there, just take the one with the highest expected value. So just take the over 10.5 at half a unit. But my strategy has kind of changed on this, where I actually like to take both now, and I do like to ladder it, basically saying if one's positive EV and the other's positive EV, then you should take both and accept the risk that on one given night, if the total goes under, then yeah, you're going to have a bad night. But more often than not, it should work out in your favor and it will be profitable. So I am taking both. And the value on both is absolutely insane. So the no vig odds on the over 10.5, price this at plus 164. This is the true line of what a market should truly be priced at. So we're getting it on FanDuel at plus 176, 12 cents higher. That's the over 10.5. For the over 9.5, we locked it in at plus 130, and the OddsJam perfect line prices this at about plus 124, essentially. So it's just a really good value that we are getting, especially when you compare to the sharp sportsbooks like the OddsJam perfect line. Prices this at plus 114, we got it at plus 130. Circa prices this at plus 103, we got it at plus 130. Same logic here for the over 10.5, right? Pinnacle at plus 153, OddsJam perfect line. FanDuel offering it at plus 176, pretty decently above. Now, the matchup we have here, Padres versus Braves, 2 incredible hitting lineups that we have in this game. I mean, how many Hall of Famers do you think are taking the plate in this game between the Padres and the Braves? Future Hall of Famers, of course. The pitching matchup we have on the screen here, as you can see, Michael Wacha on the Padres side versus Charlie Morton on the Braves side. And now Morton had a lot of years of success on the Braves, but has kind of been struggling recently as his age starts to get up there. Michael Wacha had one good year like 10 years ago with the Cardinals, really has kind of been hit or miss, mostly miss since then. So I'm expecting both of these pitchers to get dinged up, and at least we're not playing at the Padres Stadium in San Diego, which is not as conducive towards runs. So all in all, I absolutely love the over in this game, Padres versus Braves, betting on these lineups to show up today, which I think is going to happen. So my first 2 plays is the over in the Padres versus Braves, over 10.5 at plus 176, over 9.5 at plus 130. Next up, we have a money line play, and we are looking at the Washington Nationals money line, plus 130 odds at WinBet. So this one, obviously, the value is a little bit lower, right? Like the OddsJam perfect line prices this at plus 129. WinBet offering this one at plus 130. So there still is a gap between these 2 numbers, which is where the profitability comes from, but it's not as big. But that doesn't mean that I just completely avoid this play either. You want to do the same digging that you would normally do, even with a lower EV percent. Now, keep in mind, a money line play is going to have a lot more action, so the lines are going to be a lot tighter. Like if we just compare the difference between some sharp sportsbooks, 10 cents, 13 cents, 14 cents, 10 cents, right? It's really tight markets. So the gap and the value that we can find can be very valuable. Now, of course, what you want to do whenever you are unsure of whether the bet truly has value or not, click the event page, open it in a new tab, and it pulls up the screen that you see here, where every sportsbook is pricing the moneyline market. All you need to do is click Show No Vig Odds, and it does exactly what it sounds like. It removes the vig from every single sportsbook that is pricing this play. What you want to do, compare odds to the sharp sportsbooks and make sure that you are beating the no vig odds of the sharp sportsbooks. So we locked it in at plus 130. OddsJam perfect line, plus 127. Circa, plus 115. More sharp sportsbooks. We see this at plus 128. So the plus 130 at WinBet does, in fact, beat the no vig odds of these sharp sportsbooks, which is a way of knowing, okay, this is a profitable play. So Nationals money line, plus 130 odds at WinBet. I know we got two of the worst teams in the MLB in this series, two pitchers, as you can see on the screen here, that have just gotten dinged up all year. But we'll trust the value on this one, go with the Nationals money line at plus 130. And then the last play I have is actually a same game parlay. So the play that I found on the low holds page is Jose Barrios under 5.5 strikeouts. This is at minus 140 odds at FanDuel. Now, I don't love player props at minus 140 odds. The juice is not quite worth the squeeze. So what I did was I tried to find a play to parlay it with, which I did. So we're parlaying Jose Barrios under 5.5 strikeouts. We're parlaying that with Shohei Ohtani 2+ total bases, and we're getting that odds up to plus 186. I tried to put 75 on this one. They limited me to 70, but for those of you at home, I would put 3/4 of a unit on this same game parlay. To talk through these, obviously the value on Jose Barrios, you see here minus 140 at FanDuel, and then we see like a sharp sportsbook up at minus 159, Pinnacle up at minus 191. Now the Angels last year struck out literally the most in the entire MLB. You wanted to target them for strikeout props. Obviously the season is young. That's not the case so far this year. They don't have a single batter that is striking out over 30% of the time. The highest one is at like the high 20s, right? So they're not striking out nearly as much as they did last year. So I'll like Jose Barrios to go under 5.5 strikeouts because I think the Angels are going to be able to rough him up. Now, Shohei Ohtani has been incredible all year, batting .320. He also has a good track record specifically against Jose Barrios, and there was some value on his total bases as well. So parlayed these together to get them to plus 186 odds, and that's going to be it. So 4 plays for you guys to lock in. If you're tailing, comment and let me know. Other than that, remember to like, subscribe, hit me up on my Twitter handle you see on the screen here. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.